the APPSC paper leak case. Well, close to a dozen arrests have been made. Top APPSC officials replaced and a CBI probe demanded. Despite all these measures, the row over the AE civil paper leak case refuses to die down in the frontier state. While the three-member APPSC paper leak committee is slated to submit its report by October 24th, several questions continue to haunt the candidates and hundreds of youths who had appeared for the exams. Why the goof up in the first place? Is it so difficult to make an APPSC examination foolproof? Is unprofessional approach and lack of foolproof setting of question papers a reason for the fiasco? Does the rot run too deep, or can things still be fixed as promised by Chief Minister Pema Khandu? To discuss this, I'm being joined by Special Commissioner of Police Delhi, of course, the first IPS officer from Arunachal, somebody who had served extensively in the state in Arunachal Pradesh, Mr. Robin Hibu, someone who needs no introduction. Welcome, sir, to Bottom Line. Well, we are discussing about the APPSC paper leak row. Why do you think, your first reactions to the entire incident, and why do you think such cases come to fore? Why do you think a failure, quote unquote failure in organizing an examination, a prestigious examination, AE civil, why should it happen in a state like Arunachal?
Look, for any kind of examination around the world, there has to be a massive advanced preparation. Like I had experience even in the United Nations. I was in charge for the recruitment. Even here in Delhi, I had more than 35 lakhs of candidates appearing in the examinations. I was the chief. I was in charge. So a lot of homework has to be done before that. And this case is very unfortunate. It's not impossible, though it is difficult. So for that, you have to do a holistic stock taking before you venture out for this kind of examination. I think it's a wake-up call where our generations are affected for this kind of such a demoralizing incident which has happened. So that's the point what I want to mention. I can go on and on how it can be done, but my experience in the recruitment in the UN, in Delhi, even in Arunachal, I can say that if it is given to a right people, right band of mind, having aptitude, having an impeccable integrity, with a use of latest technology, with a rehearsal, with maintaining a confidentiality, it's not impossible. This is what my experience says in my what is called as in charge for recruitment, even in the UN and Delhi and even in Arunachal. Over to you.
But do you think again, Mr. Hibu, yes, the government, the Pema Khandu government is now taking a lot of steps. Top APPSC officials have been suspended, they have been replaced, but the damage has been done, isn't it? The damage has been done. Is a reform in the APPSC practical in the next couple of years, or do you think the rot runs too deep?
I have not gone through what I'm only hearing through what is occurring in the social media. So it is not only the first time. Even when I was a young SP Itanagar, and in the 20 years back, at that time also there was a massive problem in the APCS. The office was vandalized, unfortunately, at that time. So many things had happened. So I think there was indications for many years. So I think it's a wake-up call for all the stakeholders, and we need to go into the depth of the matter by the professional, I repeat, because the institution is an independent body, and that has to be maintained the hallowed institution of the Public Service Commission. Over to you.
But again, do you think, a lot of care needs to be taken while conducting these exams? For instance, if we talk about the case of Assam, even Assam had several cases similar, not exactly question paper leaks, but of course we have had recruitment scams in the past. But the new government has taken so many proactive steps. In fact, we recently had some exams for recruitment of close to 26,000, over 26,000 people. And the way the exams were held, even internet services were suspended for the entire day to ensure free and fair exam. So Assam has definitely taken things seriously. Can Arunachal take a cue from Assam? And of course, even the UPPSC, why not? UPSC, I'm sorry.
Not only in Assam, even in Manipur, did this had happened. In Arunachal, this had happened. Yes, we are very glad that Assam has taken a lot of initiative after that infamous, the leakage in the paper which had happened, what is called years
So,
back. Number one, number two. Why not? I mean, I'm the now there is a lot of talk about reforming and other thing. Only what I would suggest as individual experience is that we need to have a number one, a very a person who are given posting in this commission, autonomous body, constitutional body, need to be a something like we can take example from the UPSC, where so since its inception, it has maintained an impeccable record for conducting a fairness in the examinations. Apart from Assam, the UPSC is the model for which we need to learn from them. Number two, we need to what is called the person who are manning either the members or from the it is a prerogative of the government and the other staff also a very ruthless what is called checking or the verifications. Those who are right kind of people having experience with the integrity of the highest level along with using the technology. I think that is the key answer for the what is called any public service commission. Apart from that, there are many other issues also. Since I have involved in many of the examinations, I feel for every examination you conduct, you need to what is called get a feedback, take stock taking for every each examinations. Was there any lacuna, anything of the sort? And apart from that, you need to have a robust system. There is already in the market, even in other states they are doing. There is a lot of this kind of leakage that happen, and we need to learn from that. We need to do a case study. And having said that, it is very vital to have a policy. This is my view, that my personal view, that even the recruitment policy, one of them in many of the in the time, I feel there should be a regular recruitment every year or even every up to 2 years. What we have found is many a time, there is a consequent recruitment, but then there's a hiatus or gap for years or few years that deprive the candidates or those who are deserving in their
so,
coveted
so,
service.
so, do you think an incident like the paper leak case, is it only about corruption or also lack of experience? Is that what you are hinting at the same time? Yes, anomalies are there. At the same time, is it also lack of experience on the part of those who are conducting the exams or lack of preparations?
That's what I told you in the beginning. That this you cannot pinpoint only one stakeholder. Is the person who are manning, is the commission members, is the how you are conducting, is the your policy, is your what is called foolproof security system of your maintaining your strong room, your examination paper, your corrections, or how do you rectify if there's even a clerical mistake, how to maintain secrecy. So it's a very serious, it takes a huge, gigantic, Herculean task for to conduct that kind of examination. Like for example, 35 lakhs we had conducted. So for a month we were virtually marooned away from the society. Even we had to unthinkable, even maintenance of watch even to our own person who are who were involved in the examination. So it needs a well thought preparations, then rehearsal, then after that, then feedback, then keeping in view of the latest technology. So until and that can be only possible, of course, if you are that as I don't want to repeat it, the persons, those who are there have to be well attuned with the latest what is called development in this very specialized recruitment process. Over to you.
Mr. Hibu, hundreds of youths are distressed at what happened. We have organizations like the APSU and the ANSU also taking to streets demanding stringent action from the government. What is your message? What is your message to the youths of the state? At least 400 had appeared for those examinations. They are disappointed. Is there hope? Is a reform possible? Is a reform possible very soon? Can we turn around things within a year? Is that practically possible? What do you want to say to the youth of the state?
I think that it's a very good step. The CBI has been recommended and they will be doing the investigation, number one. And number two, apart from CBI, I think we need to do the other administrative stock taking also. And I think there's, since it has happened and it has come to the public domain, and I think it's for better things for in future it will happen. So we must have faith in the system, wait for the outcome, and then thereafter, I believe this will a lesson for future for all of us, including the student.
Do you think
Over to
merely
you.
do you think merely suspending officials is enough in cases like these when it concerns the future of hundreds of our next generation?
To me, as a personally, I don't want to comment on what the administrative policy of the whatever step is taken. But only I can think as individual, I think not only the stringent action has to be taken, number one. Number two, the whatever is the cascading effect which people are perceiving, that need to be rooted out. We need to what is called thoroughly what is overhaul. I feel that is the only way out, and that can be only happen with the. I believe personally, you need to have a right people with a right technology, with the right kind of what is called apparatus within the system. Over to you.
Absolutely. Mr. Hibu, we are running out of time. Are you satisfied with the steps taken by the state government, which has been very proactive, we have to say, very proactive, be it recommending CBI probe, be it setting up an inquiry committee, a 3-member inquiry committee, be it setting up an SIT probe? Are you satisfied with the pace of and the way things have moved since the incident came to light?
Yeah, I think we have to faith on the system what is taking place, and we are waiting positively for the positive outcome. Over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Robin Hibu, for your inputs and your perspective on this. We hope that things can be rectified. The APPSC can be reformed as promised by Chief Minister Pema Khandu, and of course the 3-member committee will be submitting its report. The APPSC Paper Leak Committee will be submitting its report by the 24th of October. We have to wait for that. That's a wrap of Bottom Line tonight.